was a good guess. It's called a perfect square. That's okay. It's called a perfect square. Well, the next step is to talk about what we do when we don't have a perfect square, okay? So, if there's a subtraction sign, then the idea is still the same, okay? We're actually going to do part D first, okay? Hold on. I forgot this step. What do we look for first when we factor no matter what? Greatest common factor. It's almost like I'm trying to drill that into your brains, right? GCF. Okay? Now, we're actually going to do part D first. Okay? So, it's still a difference, right? It's still a difference. So that means I can still ignore the negative and do my square root for each piece, right? So I'm going to have x minus the square root of 27 times x plus the square root of 27. Do you see how that's just like what we did before? It's just that I knew the square roots were going to be nice numbers, right? I said, what's the square root of 49 or 100? And you guys just told me, right? So this time I actually had to write the square root because it's not a nice number. Does that make sense? Okay? Now, we need to think to last unit. If I have a square root that's not a nice number, guess what I need to do? Anyone? Oh my gosh, I really thought you guys were with me. Thought you were with me on this, the pinnacle of the lesson. What do we need to do when a square root is not a nice number? Think last unit. Some of you are doodling them on your papers right now. Not squares, that's last class, last unit. What do we do when a square root's not a nice number? You guys are breaking my heart. There's your hint. Factor tree, Brayden. Thank you. What did you say? A Y? Is that what it was? Oh. Factor tree. Okay. Factor tree. How does the square root of 27 simplify? What do I need to do to factor tree that? Hello? You took this test twice, and the second time you did great. Hello? Guys, come on. Nobody in this class can tell me a factor of 27?
4.
Thank you, 9 and 3. 4 and 7 is 28.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
I can't want it more than you do. Okay. Am I done?
You have to do 3 times 3.
Yep.
Or 9. And then you get, then you're done.
Then I'm done. And what am I looking for? How many am I looking to group together?
2.
2. Okay, pairs of 2. Do I have any pairs?
Yeah, 3 and 3.
Yep. So my final answer is x minus 3 root 3 times x plus 3 root 3. Notice how the parentheses are still the same, right? Just one positive, one negative, but when I square rooted, because they were in a perfect square, I had to do a factor tree. Okay? Okay, we gotta do another one. Okay. Let's do part A next. Is there a GCF? No. So now I'm ready to do my trick. Okay, how does 21 factor? 3 and 7. Am I done once I get to 3 and 7? I'm hearing no's and yeses. Lucas, why yes? Because nothing else goes into those. Good. Those are prime. So I'm done at 3 and 7. Okay? Is there a pair once I factor that to 3 and 7? No pair. So guess what? This one is done. Because the radical doesn't simplify. You guys, I get it's almost end of term and your day's just almost halfway over and you're starving and everything. I get it. Okay? So I could stop teaching right now, but you still are accountable for the understanding. Do you guys, but I'm sick of fighting with you today. So do you guys want to go home and finish this lesson with the Canvas lesson? Or can we all kind of perk up a little bit and come back to our normal class? You tell me. Do you want me to finish? Yes? Okay, should we take a vote? Because this half of the class is saying they're going to perk up and try, but nobody from this half of the class, no, down yet. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can perk up and get through this. We're almost done with this lesson. Okay? I need everybody on board. Zach, are you going to be on board? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's try B. What do I need to do first on B? Guys, greatest common factor. What is it? 2. Okay, once I take out the 2, I have x squared minus 12. Okay, now I know I'm ready for my trick because of 2 things, right? I have a binomial, right? And there's a negative in the middle, right? Everybody see that? I have a binomial with a quadratic with a negative in the middle. Okay? So then I have x minus the square root of 12 and x plus the square root of 12. Now what do I need to do? Factor tree, okay? So tell me a factor of 12. 6 and 2. You could have done 4 and 3 also. Okay, am I done?
And there's 3 times 2 for 6.
You got it. 3 times 2.
And you have a pair of 2 and then 3 times.
Good job, Indiana. Then I have a pair of 2s. So those are the ones that come out. Here, I'm going to do it in a different color so you can tell it apart. So x minus 2 root 3, x plus 2 root 3, and then don't forget about your GCF from the beginning. Yeah?
So when you're doing the factor tree, the number that doesn't have anything,
Called the constant, the number that doesn't have anything good, the constant.
that's the one you square root?
Yes. You got it. The constant, the one without the variable, is the one I square root. Good, Don. Good. Okay? All right. Questions? Okay, we're 2/3 of the way done with our lesson. Okay?